The wife of one of the men injured in the Flinders Street attack says their 13-year-old son has been left traumatized after hearing the moment his father was hit by an SUV. Rohit Kaul, an Optus employee, was on his way home from work and on the phone to his son AVI when he was struck by the car. Mr. Kaul, 45, sustained a broken leg and fractured ribs after he was thrown into the air. He had surgery at the Alfred Hospital on Friday morning, where he is in a stable condition. Natasha Kaul said although she was incredibly thankful her husband was alive, her son was shaken after hearing the incident unfold. "It is a hard day," Mrs. Kaul said, after spending all night at hospital. "We could hear screaming in the background and people shouting. He said, 'Mama, something is wrong.' He got scared and started to panic." Mrs. Kaul, a correspondent for Press Trust of India, said a couple walking in front of her husband came to his rescue and called her back. "He said that panic, but your husband is injured?" "They were very helpful and calmed me down. I spoke to Rohit and he told me he was fine but he kept fainting. I am thankful he has no major injuries." Brunswick East resident Peter Caruso said his son Ethan, 17, narrowly escaped with his life after being sideswiped by the car while crossing the road. "I rang him up and he said, 'Dad, I nearly died today,' and I thought, what the hell?" We were all in shock. In a stroke of heroic quick thinking, Ethan pushed his friend out of the way, saving him from harm. Ethan suffered foot, neck, shoulder and elbow injuries and was treated at the Royal Children's Hospital on Thursday evening. He also saw a psychologist. He was discharged and is now bruised and swollen but expected to make a quick recovery. Mr. Caruso said his son had witnessed terrible scenes after he was hit. "He saw people lying on the ground, not moving," he said. "He is very shaken up, very traumatized, but we're really proud of him. He is coping really well. I think there was an angel looking after these kids yesterday. We feel really lucky it was worse." 19 people were hospitalized after a driver plowed through pedestrians on the corner of Flinders Street and Elizabeth Street about 4:40 p.m. Thursday afternoon. 17 victims, the driver and the off-duty police officer who was injured while arresting the driver. 3 people are still in a critical condition. A 4-year-old boy is among another 11 people recovering in hospital. Acting Commissioner Shane Patton said the condition of the child, who had sustained serious head injuries, had improved. The victims span a range of ages including 9 of the victims are foreign nationals, Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull said on Friday. A spokeswoman from the New Zealand High Commission said it had offered assistance to a New Zealander and their family but called to release more details due to privacy considerations. A woman at the Chinese consulate in Melbourne said a Chinese citizen was receiving medical care. "He is in hospital," she said. "The consulate in charge of this issue is in the hospital now." Italy's consulate general said one Italian national had been injured and was not in a critical condition.